Hi everybody, my name is Joseph Antonio. I'm going to be discussing today the IKEA case study. First, I'm going to give a brief little agenda of what I'll be talking about. I'm going to be touching briefly on the background of IKEA. Then I'm going to be talking about the business strategy of IKEA, talking about how the culture relates to their business strategy. Then I'll be talking about IKEA's success in Western Europe and how they were unsuccessful in America at first, and then how they then became successful in America. And then I'm going to wrap it all up with an ethical case surrounding IKEA. So first, the background of IKEA. IKEA was founded in 1943 in Sweden by Ingvar Kamprad. IKEA is one of the world's most successful global retailers today. IKEA is actually an acronym for what it stands for. The I in IKEA stands for Ingvar, which is the founder's first name. The K in IKEA stands for Kamprad, which is the founder's last name. The E in IKEA stands for Elmtard, which is the family farm in which the founder had grew up and lived on. He actually had started IKEA out of the back of the farm in a barn. The A in IKEA stands for a Gunyard. A Gunyard is the small village in which the founder had grew up and lived. The blue and yellow colors of IKEA, if you've ever seen an IKEA, it's blue and yellow. Those colors are very significant to IKEA. It's significant because those are the colors of Sweden's national flag. This is how the founder relates back IKEA to Sweden, where it was originally founded from. So the business strategy of IKEA. IKEA's business strategy is a cost leadership strategy in which they try to reduce the cost of manufacturing their products to another product that's similar of their competitors. This means that they're able to offer customers a similar product to their competitors at a much cheaper price, which will attract the customer to want to purchase their product over their competitors. IKEA's mission is to provide customers with high-quality products at cheap prices, and they're able to do this by outsourcing their products. By outsourcing, they're able to manufacture their products much cheaper. During this time in Sweden, a lot of IKEA's competitors' products were very expensive, mostly due to manufacturing in Sweden being very expensive. So, IKEA had decided to outsource to Poland during this time. So, outsourcing to Poland, they were able to cut already 50% of the cost of manufacturing their product by just changing the country in which it was manufactured. So, this is already a ton of money that they're able to save and use for other business segments. Another way they were able to be cost efficient and save money was with shipping of their product. When they originally shipped their product, it was pre-assembled for the customers, and it was very large shipping boxes, so it took up a lot of space. These shipping costs were very expensive, and also damages were occurring to these products since they were such large products. So the way that they're saving money by shipping the products is that they're not pre-assembling the products, that they have to be self-assembled by the customer. They're shipping the products in smaller packages, in stackable, all the pieces are stackable on top of each other within the packages, so this reduces damages and reduces the size of the box, so it could be shipped much easier and less costly to IKEA. Also, another way IKEA has a business strategy is their store layout. If you've ever been to IKEA, their store layout is like a maze. You're walking from department to department. You could easily get lost in an IKEA. So, this is all part of their plan, their business strategy. So, if a customer goes to spend $50 in IKEA, they may end up spending around $500, say. They'll go into the store looking for one product and end up walking through all these departments and wanting to purchase another product that they see they may need. So by the time they go to the register and go to cash out, they're spending way more money than they expected to. So that's all part of the business strategy IKEA has. Also, another part of their business strategy is the strategic placement of where their departments are all located. They had a prime example of a husband and wife scenario. They actually had done this and achieved a great result from it. Their linens and fabrics department, husbands and wives would go shopping. Their wives would want to buy linens and fabrics. The husband may not have been interested. So they had actually moved the tools department next to the linens and fabrics departments in their stores, and saw a huge spike in sales in tools due to this possible change that husband and wives go into the stores. The wives wants to look at linens and fabrics. The husband wants to be interested in something that he may be able to purchase. The tools department's right next to it, so he's able to walk a short distance, go into the tools department, purchase something that he may like. And IKEA was able to see great rewards from this because more sales were increasing in tools. So the culture of IKEA, it's able to relate to their business strategy because they're very cost efficient. They like to not spend money in areas of the business that they don't need to spend as much money. So in one area in particular is airlines. When they fly for airplanes, managers, they don't sit in first class. They're not allowed to sit in first class. They just don't feel like such an amenity is really needed. And their business strategy and their culture also relates sort of back to their founder, since he is very frugal himself. And another way they save money, not only for airfare for business trips, is actually in the hotels on business trips, that managers are expected to share rooms with one another. They don't feel that such an amenity of each person getting their own individual room is really worth it. That they'd rather save the extra money in these little areas to put towards other parts of their business. So, IKEA was very successful in Western Europe. This was really due to all the high retailers in the area that sold the same products or similar products. So, IKEA's products, since they were high quality products which matched the same caliber as the other retailers, but they were much cheaper. IKEA was able to be successful due to that. Since they were providing customers with cheaper products, customers wanted to go to them instead of another retailer. Also, the delivery of products in these areas were very slow. Other retailers weren't able to deliver products as fast as IKEA was able to. If you went and purchased the product from another retailer in the area, you'd have to wait a period of time before you actually received that product. With IKEA, you were able to get the product that same day from IKEA when you had purchased it. So it was really a lot about timing too. Customers didn't want to have to wait and get their product. They'd rather have their product right then and there. Now, IKEA was very successful in Western Europe, so they decided to expand to America. But in America, they were not as successful at first. A lot of their products were not up to the Americans' demands and needs. A lot of the products were much smaller than Americans needed. So, a good example is the dresser drawers in their dressers. So they weren't deep enough. Americans needed more room to put all their clothes and all their items. Also, another thing was their beds. IKEA's beds were all measured in centimeters. This is a problem because in America everything's measured in inches, so bed sheets in America wouldn't fit on the beds that IKEA had provided to their American stores. Also, another thing was that all the items in IKEA stores in America were priced in the Swedish kroner, which was strengthening against the US dollar at the time. So all these items were much more expensive in America than they were in Europe. So that also attracted customers to not want to shop there. But they found ways around this. They changed where they had began manufacturing the products. They shifted from importing all the products to importing less products and producing products in America, and also less costly countries to manufacture their products, so they were cutting costs there. They also changed the way that the items were priced to American dollars. This was much simpler then and reduced the price as well. Now I'm going to talk about the ethical case regarding IKEA. So IKEA's ethical case happened in the mid-2000s with two senior executives ended up getting fired. IKEA was looking to expand their business into Russia. During this time period, these two senior executives had taken a bribe from a subcontractor for the electricity for their St. Petersburg location. IKEA really prides themselves in a clean image, so they didn't want this corruption to just sit there and let it happen, sit back and let these two executives just take this bribe. So they had fired them, and they're trying to keep their name, keep a clean record, and keep a clean name because that's what customers really enjoy about a company. Thank you.